Today we are talking about missing quantities and consecutive integers. We are writing and solving equations from word problems. This is going to be part of level 4 on the test. So just like yesterday, we will use let statements to define the variable, set up the equation by translating the sentences, solve the equation, use inverse operations. Remember, you're going to distribute, combine like terms, move the variable to one side, the numbers to the other side, and then solve. Make sure you answer the question fully. So you don't want to just say x equals 3. You need to actually go back and read what is the question asking. So first we're going to talk about missing quantities. So in these problems, we are going to be finding two numbers. Number 1, the larger of two numbers is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. If the sum of the numbers is 61, what are the numbers? So let's break this down. It says the larger of the two numbers is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. So it looks like we need to know what the smaller number is before we can figure out what the larger number is. So I'm going to call my smaller number x. Let x equal the smaller number. It says the larger is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. So less than tells you to subtract, and it's one of our turnaround phrases, so you're going to switch the order. 3 times the smaller number would be 3x. So 3x minus 7 will be our larger number. The sum, which tells us to add those numbers together, it tells you where to put the equal sign, is 61. So the sum of the numbers is 61. So my equation will be x plus 3x minus 7 equals 61. There's my equation. Now I can solve. Combine like terms. 4x minus 7 equals 61. Add 7. And then divide by 4. X equals 17. Now I haven't finished yet because it's asking me what are the two numbers. I said that x is my smaller number, so I know my smaller number is 17. And my larger number is 3x minus 7. So 3 times 17 minus 7 is 44. So that is my final answer, 17 and 44. And you can check your work. Does 17 plus 44 equal 61? And it does. Number 2, the larger of two numbers is twice the smaller number. If 12 is subtracted from the larger number, the result is 7 more than the smaller number. What are the numbers? Okay. So let's break this down. The larger of the two numbers is twice the smaller number. So again, we need to know the smaller number first. That will be our x. Let x equal the smaller number. It says the larger is twice the smaller number. So it looks like the larger number will be 2x. If 12 is subtracted from tells you to subtract and change the order. The larger number, which we said was 2x, the result is, so that's our equal sign, 7 more than means plus, the small number, which is x. So let's write out this equation. 12 is subtracted from the larger number. That's 2x minus 12. The result is 7 more than the small number. That's x plus 7. All right, so I have my equation. Now I solve. I need to get the variables all to one side. So I'm going to subtract 1x. Add 12. X equals 19. So I know that my smaller number is 19. And if my larger number is twice that, then my larger number is 38. Check your work. Does, well, I guess we did over here. 2 times 19 equals 38. So smaller number 19, larger number 38. Moving on to consecutive integers. We did these as expressions in objective 1.1. Now we will be solving to find out what the integers are. So, number 3, the sum of two consecutive numbers is 123. What are the two numbers? So if we look at our chart here, it does not say odd or even, so we're going to be looking on the left side, consecutive integers. The first integer is always x, which means the second integer would be x plus 1. It says the sum, which means to add them together, is 123. So add the two numbers. X plus 1 equals 123. Combine like terms, we have 2x plus 1 equals 123. And then solve. Subtract 1. And then divide by 2. So my first integer is 61, because remember we said that the first integer is x. So my second integer is x plus 1, which would be 62. The two numbers are 61 and 62. You can check this. Does 61 plus 62 add to 123? And it does. Okay, number 4, the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is negative 111. What are the numbers? So if we have odd or even, we're going to be looking on the right side. And we're going to be going up by 2 because even and odd numbers skip a number. It says it wants 3 consecutive odd integers. So we're going to be looking at x, x plus 2, and x plus 4. Those are my 3 consecutive odd integers. And the sum is negative 111. So we're going to add those 3 integers, and the total is negative 111. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals negative 111. I have 3x plus 6 equals negative 111. Subtract 6. And then divide by 3. Negative 39. So x, we said, is our first integer. So our first integer is negative 39. The second one would be x, which is negative 39, plus 2, which is negative 37. So the second integer is negative 37. And the third integer, if you look up here, was x plus 4, negative 35. So these are the 3 numbers. And again, you can check your work. Do these add up to negative 111? And they do.